Oof. All right. I will not be live for today's trading day. No, I'll be live for the prep, and then I gotta bounce from TikTok and YouTube anyway. All right. With that being said, though, I do have a special pass that's available only for a little while. My assistants, Alex and Ivy, their father is in the hospital. And if you donate any amount above $5 to their father's medical fund, I'll give you a week trial inside of the Discord. So I'll probably repeat that before the day is done. It's in the free Discord. The link is in the top. So yeah, you guys are killing it so far, dude. I really appreciate you guys doing this. It's right here. If you go, it's on Go Get Funding. But yeah, if you guys would send a screenshot of your donation to Alex or Ivy, they'll get you hooked up with a week trial. I don't know, Alex or Ivy, if we need to make a special rule for that, you let me know. But just for the next 2 days, if we want to create a rule for those people and then get rid of it after a week. So yeah, the link, I'll post the link again inside of the free Discord. So if you want to join for a week, see what it's about, and donate to a really good cause. Okay, I just posted it again. Yeah, join the free Discord. So thanks, Trisha. Right. Well, without any further ado, if you're on YouTube, again, that's on my website. You can join the free Discord. That's all right, Ivy. I got you. All right. You don't have to join my main Discord, just what I'm saying. So I prefer the higher time frame, 24-hour. Um, and then typically from there, the hourly is kind of my bridge to the lower time frame, though. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you guys again for those of you guys who have donated to Ivy and Alex's fund for their dad. I really do appreciate that a lot, and I know they do as well. So, but let's go ahead and take a look at the cues here this morning. And well, you've guessed it. Overnight, we've seen a plethora of different headlines, and I will walk you through that really quickly. So just so you get a sense of what we're dealing with here. Um, so about 20 minutes ago, the U.S. Has begun B-52 missions over Iran, touting the air superiority it has over the country. Buffett's been talking this morning, but I don't really care about that. Trump also slammed France over the airspace block. He's mad. Um, yeah, Hegseth said if Iran is not willing to make a deal, the U.S. Department will continue to make more with more intensity. And this has been basically all. Buffett said, "I sold Apple too soon." That's funny. Um, Hitting, yeah. So Hegseth said he visited the Middle East on Saturday, spoke with U.S. troops. U.S. Israeli airstrike hit Iran's Keshem Island and Hormuz Strait. So, I mean, just basically more war stuff. I know that there's been some flip flopping. Trump said opening is open to ending the war without reopening the Hormuz, which, again, take that how you want. So we're still in that taco war trade at the moment, and I think that the gap up kind of exemplifies that, where we don't really get it. Had the war actually ended or negotiations actually happened, I mean, we might be at 5 fucking 90 here this morning. But with that being said, we are opening today inside candle from yesterday's high, right? And so we moved down to the 4 hour, and I think I actually mentioned this being a possibility, and it could be, but this is your range for today. Now, there will be, I'm sure, an opportunity. If we stay in this range, there will be an opportunity for you to take this short back down into that gap, of course. But as far as today is concerned, we are sitting on top of that median, or that 561.62. So we could go ahead and look at that pre-market low as a potential trigger to drop into that gap, right? And that's, again, not full. Yeah, I mean, you've pretty much, even if you just lay the wick down, that's been a floor. So, and it's a small play. So those of you guys who are day traders, yes, that can work for you. If you're a swing trader, you're looking for the bigger move, this probably isn't going to be super fun. With that being said, there is a pocket of empty space and an overhead high target right there at 567.32, which you can utilize to the upside over that 565.45, which, again, basically this box is your high and low of your pre-market. And because this box leads you either to the bottom, which will be right here with a 588.68 target, or like I said, above that box 565.58, you're looking at a overhead 567. Can I promise a new low today? I can't. However, if we do wick up and see a rejection, that would make almost 3 rejections overhead, and I'm pretty sure we'll be sitting on that floor. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Nice. Thank you guys. Thank you. For you guys that are donating, make sure you screenshot that donation to Ivy and Alex and their father. You guys are seriously awesome people. I really appreciate that. Nice. Go in, mess things up, tell everyone else that to deal. Yeah, that was pretty wild, Nemo. That was bold. It was like, because we're not or they're not helping us do this, that they got to go get their own oil. That's anyway. Um all right. So what's the snazzy music? It's just Brazilian lo-fi. It's called It's Brazil, baby. All right. Now, let's take a look at IWM this morning. And so, again, for those of you guys maintaining your discipline, this is an open inside, and typically bigger moves don't always happen from here. I'm not, again, and cannot promise anything, but on average, right, that's typically the deal. Now, IWM has a unique setup. You are sitting up against this morning, or right underneath that 245, which has been an important overhead resistance, and I mean the overhead resistance, rather, should I say, um, whilst also being supported by said floor, right? So you are encapsulated within this range, giving you, and I don't even really care for the upside as much, I'm gonna be honest with you. However, there is wicks up sitting at that 246 area. But this is the cage that we'll likely see IWM bounce around in. Under 241, that's where we could look at a potential gap fill. But typically, if we're going to go down, we're going to go up first. And I think the hourly probably will clean this up. Yeah. So I would be looking at that 244.80 target overhead, since we are sitting on that floor. If we can whack that and then fall, then maybe we can see that gap fill. But yesterday was the third day of consecutive dumpage. I made that warning clear. And if you did take anything short, got a hedge, etc., etc. So with this decent gap up, I imagine today will be pretty interesting without So if you gap up on what, right? On what? It's going to be hard to move when we don't have resolution. Is the straight open? Are negotiations happening? Is there still taco? Yes. You know what I mean? So will stocks be up today? I think stocks are just going to be a pain in your ass today. Personally, that's my thoughts at the moment. Pop up. I mean, right now you're sitting on this floor, so it'd be cool to see price just kind of pop really quickly and then get faded, pulled back down, chopped around, and then let it loose. And that still keeps you in the same range as yesterday. And I don't think you're going to make I don't even know if they're going to allow for that gap fill to occur. I'd be looking at 239 on IWM. So I think it's gonna be a difficult trading day. So maybe lower your risk and tell the range. I mean, it's just as simple, right? If you're in range, right, expansion's not gonna happen, and expansion is what gives us the big bucks. So we already had our expansion for sure. We got a gap up onto a. I mean, you look over the overhead, right? You got the floor, same floor. So we're gonna have to lose that in order to see continuation, which is not impossible. There is a little pocket of empty space up there at 247, so knock yourself out. But this is actually where I take a step back and I'm like, what do I see? What's clear to me? Or am I just here because uh, I need I just have to trade, right? And uh, I don't see everything right now is reactionary. There is no pre-market setup on the at least on IWM. There might be a lower time frame setup for you. Of course, there's a lower time frame setup for you day traders, and we'll look closer at that. But let's take a look at SPY. Now this one did not have a significant gap up. I mean, it was decently significant, but as you can see, you're actually outside of the previous day's candle. You're opening outside of 236 with an overhead candle at 243 or 242 and some change. Yeah, there's 243. And so this is something again, lower time frame is going to be the key here. So overhead resistance is going to be at that 242.82 and 244.91. However, upon closer inspection, we are in fact encapsulated, at least for now, inside of this range, right? And it's again this previous day's range, this range, and now here. Now, I would say that looking at this, you have a greater, I don't want to say a greater setup, but you do have a higher probability of trying to shoot out and hit 644.83. And I would look at two targets here this morning for shorter expiration trades, 642.60, which is again going to be that previous right here. That's 642.77 and 644.91. I don't really see anything beyond that unless we have some sort of catalyst. Remember that. Right now, we are in the same boat as we were yesterday. Things just got even messier. So I think that I really do love gap ups in bear markets. And so, this, again, if you decide to look at a potential, if it wicks up, especially shoots up and then it sees fading, if you grab a short off of that and do what you do. All right. But it is important to recognize when you should trade and when you shouldn't, or maybe perhaps there is a individual equity setup that could possibly be better. And that's where we focus on what the Potter box setup rather than just anything that fucking is moving. So all right, so SPY, IWM, and QQQ, all three of those ETFs with a gap up overnight on whatever. And so, of course, there's probability of seeing a quick or maybe fade inside of this box, but we'll see what today brings. Now, I'm going to really quickly brush over Tesla. Tesla is and it would be nice to see that gap filled because it would inspire the rest of the individual equities. And Tesla still has a remaining target at 348 to the downside. It wasn't able to recover or punch through anything here this morning, so you're just kind of sitting at this floor close to this range, basically sitting right there. So the root of the volume is going to be at 363.53. But of course, if that fails, and I would assume that it probably has the, even 361.85, if that fails and then falls back down and loses that 360, you could look at a potential gap fill. So again, not a crazy great setup, but it is something that did gap up, leaving holes behind. And so if it's not able to recover what's up above, then it will definitely try to recover what's down below. Do you see price behavior psychologically or psychology with gap ups during bear markets? Yeah. Price. Do you what? Oh, what do I see in price behavior psychology with gap ups during bear markets? It sets you up to sell. Typically, when you gap up, you're gapping up to like resistance. And you can say that on the ETFs too, where you're gapping up, but you still have an overhead. And that's typically in a bear market where sellers get to average up and price will pop up, allowing them to get a better average for that inevitable move down. So Fitness, if you guys donated to Ivy and Alex, just give them a minute. They're within yeah, you guys will be set up. Just shoot them a DM on the Discord with your screenshot and just be patient because they're probably got a lot of people here showing up. So Ivy, somebody donated on behalf of somebody getting a free trial, so I guess if somebody, well, we'll figure that out when we get here. Appreciate that though, dude. Everybody in here, really, really awesome having you guys come together. Oh, we just hit 1,300 on this. You guys are all awesome people. All right. If you would like a trial, all I'm asking is that if you're on TikTok or YouTube, you can go to this site inside of our Discord, or you could possibly look this up. But we're raising money for Alex and Ivy's dad, and so if you donate anything more than $5, then you can send a screenshot of that to Ivy or Alex, and that's crazy. Ivy, they got dupes of you. You can send that screenshot to them, and they'll get you hooked up with a free trial within the day. So just please be patient. So yeah, and you're helping out good people. So all right, now so Tesla. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably nerve wracking. AMD, it did gap up, right? And I think we still have a really great average. Of course, there's some overhead issues. You know, there's a retest. I'm not hoping for, and I'm probably going to have to trade this thing to the upside. So you got to make a decision, guys. You got to make a decision. If you have the expiration to hold, we still got our gap. I'm holding for it. However, I know that it's always better to re-enter if you have the opportunity or if you see yourself potentially going red. Or you see a big reversal into empty space, right? Those are areas that we can start looking at a potential reversal. Now, on the 15 and 5 minute, like we're not, you know, there's structure directly in front of you every way. I see $200.75 as being a major retest today. I would love to see price retreat from that mark. However, I can and do acknowledge that that price also may be allotted to give that 203 mark directly up above. And that's where, obviously, above that $200.75, I'll probably look to reduce my risk, and outside or anything above 202 and the position is dead. All right. Now, again, if you know that you can't afford to abide by my stop loss, right, you could say, again, above $200.81, which hopefully if you're in AMD, you're in there. Now, with this gap up, this puts us at an advantage. And this is also something I want you guys who are new and that showed up at the end of the day as things were crashing below, not closing at their floors, but already crashing, already falling, already losing support. Those are things that when they, or rather, even when they do hit their supports or the closer they get to them, the higher the probability that you're going to bounce. So be patient when you get it. Sometimes you will get towards the end of the day after a big move in either direction, and you'll find that you're running straight into something that is going to reject you. Those don't always make for good swings because price is going to bounce overnight. And what I think is happening is just purely mechanical. But all in all, right, 24-hour candle still looks pretty good. I think the goal here is, again, you know, whether we see a wick up at that 204.22, that's really about it. But as soon as that gap does fill, that candle will turn red, and I think we have a shot at 188. So I'm still short on AMD. The expiration is juicy. Contract selections fire. But let's also talk about Netflix because I still actually like it. Now because it held overnight, we have to, God damn it, we have to be okay with possibly getting up out of this trade. I love the setup. I would absolutely take this again if it doesn't work out now. You know, I don't get butt hurt because something didn't work out in my favor, as long as I'm able to manage that. Now we're holding the floor, guys, and that floor is obvious. It is 92.26. There isn't a traditional catalyst underneath us, i.e. a Potter box, but there is the 9160 median here. And that's, of course, the next breakdown that I'm looking for underneath 92. What is that? Yeah, 92.26. So, oh, you can't see my screen? Sorry, TikTok. There you go. So anyway, yeah, I'm looking at Netflix 92.26 to the downside. But because of the multiple bounces that we've had, we didn't see a major gap up, which is good. You need to mind your positions if we do end up breaking over that 94. And I will say, if you look at the 30-minute, you probably could just skedaddle outside. I think this one's going to pop here due to the fact that it has this channel here. So you might see that 95 that we talked about yesterday. I already have a position for it, so we'll see what we get. All right. So if you're trading with me or you have any of the same positions as I do, today is going to be micromanaging some of these things. All right. If you have anything you would like for me to take a look at, let's go ahead and let's take a look at that now. Please drop your requests and please let me know which direction you are looking at. So you can't swing IWM because the IV is too high. I can, but yesterday just didn't seem, yeah. All right. Yeah, monthly candles also closing today. That is a good point he knew. All right, so you're looking at IWM calls. There's a pocket on the lower time frame here all the way up to 45, and one might be able to argue, yeah, so I would place a target right here. You want that. If you're bearish, you want that. But I would say 245, even 04, is a great place outside of a candle close on the 5-minute of 243.73, targeting the 245, 246 contracts overhead, looking at that 245 target to trim. I really don't. I mean, if you want to try to see if it'll go to 246.50, that's entirely up to you. Don't be greedy, but that is the setup that I see in front of me. There is also a range directly under you. And so I would assume just by a 242.16 lost, we'd be looking at a 241 breakdown, possibly even more. My expiration is April 17th for AMD. Oh, yeah. We got it. We got it. Good or bad, it either works or it doesn't. As long as we maintain our risk, we get to try again. And when we hit, we hit. Speaking of hitting, that looks fucking pretty damn good. CRM on the 24-hour has 1, 2, 3, 4 candles in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, break. 1, 2, 3, 4, break. That's way more than 4. That's like 8. That's about 5 and a break. So we're not expecting multiple candles, but we're definitely possibly expecting price to try to go and fill up that empty space. On the 4-hour, that target would be absolutely clear at 192. Now, in a bear market, it's harder to grab hold of those things, so those resistances ahead of you at 190 will also be important, but you do have a good box, or rather a decent range that was recovered and punched through with only the overhead wicks here at 187.45. So you open good. You need to gap fill first. That would be preferred. And then pop out and shoot to 190 and to 192. So 192, 190 contracts on CRM. This is probably a weekly or shorter expiration ordeal because you are leading possibly directly into empty space. 180, yeah, 187.36, those wicks right there. So again, if you can pull back, find yourself a bounce at that 184.50, you can take your orb, right? This is a orb. So real quick, Ivy, or Alex, clip this when I'm done. So this is a great example of being able to utilize orb at the bell, right? Orb is not a strategy, in my opinion. It is a tool because you do not get to see the whole picture when you're just taking things above pre-market highs and pre-market lows. However, adherent to the strategy, if you are breaking over an orb and that orb is at a overhead resistance like CRM is, then you could utilize orb to get into that setup because it's aligned. It's directly correlated or directly set up to break that same higher time frame or 1 hour level here on CRM. And so this is a great orb setup in the sense where there's a lack of resistance directly up above. Again, climate. So if you end up not being able to bounce very well, yeah, that's, obviously a factor, due to the fact that we are in a bear market. But that's okay. Oh, my neck. So we did it. And now from here, man, and listen, I'm gonna tell you everybody in the Discord this, especially those of you who are new. When I give you a game plan, you can I would recommend muting me and locking in on finding the greater details, moving down to the 3, the 5, just locking in that everything that you see on the higher time frame is there. Because the more you sit and you listen to me, right, you're going to overthink or see other opportunities. If this is what you're in, you got it. You got the setup, you got the contracts, you got the empty space and the orb. So from here, obviously you're just looking to uh select your contracts and then, come up with a game plan. Or not come up with a game plan. Sorry, I'm a little tired. But execute your game plans. Do what? Yeah, yeah. It's good to look. Yeah, yeah. Look at CRM. Look at the 5 minute. Is that already pulling back? No shit. Look at that. I mean, is the 5 minute perfectly aligned with 187.45, the same as it is on the hourly? The answer is yes. And then you could even I see, this is where I talk about getting into greater detail. Like, you really do have to have a great attention to detail. Look, that's what you popped out of, right? So that's a floor that we would need to hold. This is also empty space down here, right? So if price ends up flushing down and hitting 183.30, you could reuse those same price marks to try to utilize those as a stop loss. What is my thoughts on shorting oil? I think that's a terrible idea. In this climate, it's not a great idea. That's just my opinion. Humbly, that's my opinion. But with everything going on right now, and with the Hormuz no closer to being opened, uh, I just don't see this thing being a great opportunity to short right now. So, all right, I cannot stand this part of the song, dude. It drives me insane. Fuck wrote this part. I already did Spy and IWM and QQQ. Those are all on YouTube. You can check that out. Yeah, they have a toll now. They're collecting like a mil per 1 to 2 mil per ship. So, but I mean, people are all pissed off about them doing that, but every straight in the world has been charging. And as far as I'm concerned, they weren't, or as far as I know, they were not charging. So, I mean, they're just implementing the same shit every other straight in the world is implemented. They're just doing it at a time where it obviously puts them at an advantage. All right. Zoom up. I hate Zoom just for the pure fact that it only moves when it has a stupid catalyst. So get ready for a torture chamber of price action potentially. It does have a great, possible little channel here. Again, I could argue the channel a little bit, but that being said, I mean, you have, I guess, solid volume underneath you, and perhaps it's a catalyst or news that may send this one upwards, but. Uh, Again, I have trouble giving out analysis on this one just because I know it moves so terribly. It does have empty space though, so focus on that, not on me. I don't see a setup adherent to mine to get you up and out. So you're going to be kind of on your own with that 78 7887, obviously being a bounce level could be utilized. But you're going to probably be down on the 30-minute utilizing the candle closes at 80.50. So I'm unfortunately this one doesn't have a really great setup there on the higher time frame or even just hourly time frame providing a box. So you're gonna have to utilize maybe even the 5 minute. Yeah, the five actually that's crazy because the 5 minute is the only thing that I see right here that actually provides any structure right there. And you're on the floor. So if you can rip up 80, 90 would be your target overhead or your break overhead, excuse me. Walmart to the upside. Walmart or Zoom is just, oh man, I've gotten my ass tore up on that thing. It just doesn't have the volume. That's one of the stocks I actually learned that my stock or the whatever I'm trading setup can have a great setup, but it actually has to have uh, a good daily trading volume. I think this is interesting. I mean, 24-hour 125, you keep banging it. You're filling up this is like a little pocket of empty space right here. You've got a very clear non-negotiable 121.90 floor directly underneath you. So this is a good setup in terms of, grabbing onto support, and it is just simply clearly 125 candle close strength that you're needing to see to start put, and then it does have a good good empty space up here to 131.75 and 130 solid. So I mean, you're building up the volume to get that done. Especially in this environment, you could utilize this hourly box directly up ahead of you. So reclaim 125 and punch through 126 to get that new high. All right, everybody's talking about SMCI. Good lord. So we're looking at a dead cat bounce. Uh, yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, you slam directly into a 24-hour floor and you have a lazy gap up overnight. Yeah, I tell you what, the futures were fun. Last night, that shit is crazy, dude. Uh, I have to do it again today. Or wait, is it today or tomorrow? Yeah, one more. I do gotta stop. Not like I'll set a trade down and then I'll like look at my phone, and you can't do that shit on the 30-second or the 1 minute because like you'll look up and it'll be like boom, you're done. It's like, oh shit. I received a friend request from a Discord. Should I accept one from Ivy and one from Miami Potter? No. If you join my Discord, fuck, dude. How are these fuckers in here? How? How are they still sitting? Yeah, exactly. I'm not even. That's not even my name in there anymore. But how are they in this fucking Discord? Because they're DMing people. I don't see them. I'm about to purge the whole Discord and have everybody rejoin, or maybe just delete the whole fucker at this point and I mean, it's not like intrinsic. I could just literally make a new one. Sorry, guys. It bothers me, so I'm trying to see if I can see that. Yeah, I don't know what they're hiding underneath, but click on their. Do you think Trump is about to invade? It sure seems that way. It also seems like he's being pushed in that direction, but if you delete Discord, I'm showing up at your house every morning. I mean, same way everybody else is, but what they're doing, and this is again just me trying to think how they're thinking, they have to have a page in here that doesn't have any weird name or doesn't have a copycat of our name, and they just look at the page as people come in, and then they send that screen name to somebody with my name. Because yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna. If you're on here, dude, I'm gonna fucking find you. And you're probably in another country, so I can't really make any threats. But I could call Trump. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Exactly. That refresh. Oh hell yeah. Yeah. Appreciate everybody who has donated here this morning. You guys are amazing. That is for Ivy and Alex's father, who is in the hospital right now. Is he? How's he doing? Is he doing okay? We utilize Etsy witches if we have to. I'll hire an Etsy witch right now. I will check that out, Kristen. Thank you. I will check that out. I need that. Wait, what? Yeah. Yes, I'm not sure why he just blocked me and removed me from the Discord. I did? Does JPM color advantage hold it? Not really, bro. I mean, if anything, you do have some great empty space on both sides of your trade. But not particularly, and there's not really a great setup on JPM. Actually, all banks, and I should probably actually tell everybody this, all banks are hovering on the edge of a cliff. Let me explain. All banks. And by the way, again, I'm not smart when it comes to this stuff. All right, I'm not. Please don't look at me for guidance here. But and maybe you guys can help me. Maybe some of you guys are smart bank people. I have a local bank, and my bank has been bought out twice in 1 year. It was bought out by Cadence, and then Cadence was bought out by Huntington. And so it was like first Chatham bought out by Cadence, and so like it seems like they're reconsolidating debt, possibly. But a lot of these banks are consolidating. I don't know what the reason is behind that. Again, not my not my area of expertise. I could probably take the time to learn that or figure it out. But going back to the chart, which again, you are here, and here is, and this is what I look at as empty space, especially on the banks. That is the cliff. That is the cliff. And again, you look at a lot of different. I think Bank of America has a similar setup. That one has a different cliff, but that one's 45. Um, I think Schwab had the same cliff down to 89, but even all the way down to 83. And so, I mean, and not to mention just being absolutely refused at that 98.45. So, research cordyceps benefit. Let me know. I actually have cordyceps, Pumbaa. I love cordyceps, bro. Oh, to send to Ivy? Yeah, message Ivy. I'm sure she'd be 100. Just yeah, let her. But she's in the Philippines, so yeah. If you would like a free trial in the Discord, or I call it free, but if you donate to Alex and Ivy's um fundraiser for their father, who has a serious lung issues right now, he's in the hospital. If you guys donate to that and send a screenshot of your donation, anything above $5, and you get a free week in the Discord. So $5. Joy, if you join the Discord on my website, just go to potterstockstrading.com. And then if you click this right here, that little Discord thing, that'll take you to the free Discord. So, all right. But anyway, that being said, there was JPM obviously in particular has the same exact setup as Spy in well, same exact cliff fall as Spy does, like this large gap of empty space underneath you. So I think eventually that's where shit hits the fan, you know, or rather when we see that downside catalyst, we're gonna see JPM fall to 268. So you just go to this link. I can share the link inside the chat if you guys want to copy and paste it. I just shared it inside of the TikTok chat. What'd you say, Golf Man? That is correct. All right. So I'm gonna do this really quickly because we're moving closer to the bell here. AVGO down. You're sitting on the wick this morning, dude. You got to lose that in order to see that next leg to 262, which does have a gap, so that's reassuring. So again, when you're gapping up, it's what's above and what's below. That's above, and that's empty space. I would be looking at $300.80, possibly 301.66 for a rejection, and you could try to play that one down. Yeah, careful. Tread lightly on this one. You are inside of this range, which again is only a range. So outside of 2267, you have the wick to fill, and yeah, empty space up to 2370. Again, climate right now is a little iffy, but however, if you can break 2267, give a shit about the climate. You're just looking for obviously 2313 and 2375. So it's either lagging or it's holding strength for the market to bounce. A lot of the times when you resist a dump and then the market does find a floor, you'll find this thing, it wants to go up. I would argue that you have had that, and Netflix has also not been able to recover anything. So there's equal negativity, I guess, on both sides. So yeah, I'm in. Yeah. Ooh, aluminum with the nasty gap up, but I'm just gonna let you know right now that you are inside of a disgusting range, massive weekly range. It does look like you have a, I don't even want to call it a box. I don't think it is one. But you do have this range that you're sitting on. So let's bring that one down to the floor, and it looks like 63.88. This looks like a range day. This looks like you're gonna pull back, bounce, and try to hold in here. However, if you do lose this right there, yes, there is empty space. And typically I'll split that in half and look for 61 and 59.28. Good morning, Potter's favorite. I have runners, Peter. Peter, hell yeah, dude. You caught that you caught Tesla and IWM? Are you in the Discord, Peter? All right, it's 9:27. Everybody should be ready to go. If you don't have a plan, that means you probably aren't trading, and that's okay. Wait for the setup that makes sense to you and trade that when it comes, but don't. I have no idea what the hell this is. It's that would be nice to know what volume this has. However, this range that you have recovered here does span all the way up to here, which is the end of your empty space, with this splitting it at 60.45. I don't know. It just gapped up to that literally as I just said that. That's weird. Um, you're looking over the wick, man. No need to overcomplicate something like this. However, gapping up like that likely lead for a pullback quickly. But again, I'm not familiar with this stock, so it doesn't seem like it has an issue moving. And consolidation obviously is your friend here. So, um, yeah, I do see a channel, however, that is the correct channel. So maybe watch 62. That's an interest. That's a weird setup. Right. Oh, I don't like that. Microsoft is just gapped up. It's at the top of its previous day's range. So immediately at the bell, you're kind of already at resistance with a gap down underneath you. So I'm not too sure about the upside here. And if it does pop out, I'd be careful about a potential rejection outside. Let's see. So you've got the 367 and you've got the 368.92. All right, 1 minute, guys. Obviously, I've got my hands full here with AMD. Good little pullback here. Listen, the market is a place of hard choices and tough pills to swallow. So if you can do that, oftentimes you can circumvent major losses or anything like that. So if you know that you have the capability of re-entering, do that if that fits your risk to reward. So, all right. 20 seconds here. I believe today has a high probability of being a range day. If the whip up happens hard and fast enough, then all right, watch this punch back at the bell on AMD. Big whip down. Ding, 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 ding. You whip down to your pre-market lows. A lot of times that candle will reverse, so let's watch. And pop up and hit that 200. All right, Netflix just started moving here pretty quickly. If you have those 95s, those are hedging right now. Tesla's moving up here. Just wicked off of my mark. AMD's just sitting right now. Netflix did pop up and hit 94.17. Well, actually, it hit 94.33, but it did pop up. Those hedges are doing their hedgiest. Okay, AMD is lagging here. I'll take the downside. Trust me, I'm not mad about that. Hey, hey. Yeah, there it is. Damn, those are expensive, man. Why you gotta be so expensive? I'm actively I just banged into AMD. Stop loss is right here. I got 20250s. Again, I can afford to grab a few of those. I just see the potential for a punch back. If not, that's okay. I'll just stop out, market sell. I got my finger on the trigger. Netflix is still sitting up at the high here, still expecting 94.75 if it breaks any higher here. Yeah, we saw a pop up on IWM, so it is moving down at the moment. Yes, if you want 1 week in my Discord just to check it out, donate $5 to Ivy and Alex Medical Fund right here. And you send that screenshot to Ivy or Alex in the free Discord, and they'll hook you up. All right, I'm still in. I'm gonna move my stop loss to 197.75. I got a good fill. Yeah, you guys on TikTok and YouTube, you got about 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna get off of live here and be live in the Discord. I didn't have time to turn the stream off, so you guys got lucky. All right, Netflix new highs. I'm expecting a run to 200 here on AMD. Or mid punchback here, halfway through. Tesla is kind of squeezing a little bit. Not as a major concern. I'm done with that trade. So I can move my stop loss up right here. Kind of in the floor, back to where it was actually. All right, I am trimming a few of the Netflix 95 calls that I talked about yesterday. AMD's up at the top of the range here. Netflix is 90% right now. All right, trimming right now, trimming right now. And I'm going to leave the rest. Target has been hit, 94.75 on the dot. Three minutes still needs a 36 seconds for the close here on AMD. If I stop out of the calls, I am mad about it. Again, I'm hedging AMD by trading it to the upside. Same thing with, well, same thing with Netflix. All right. Holding all the runners here. That's 100% right there on the hedges. I'll go ahead and exit right here. Let's see, bounce, stop loss. Okay, right off my stop loss. Fingers on the trigger. I'll get back in, back up above that wick at 198.83. Yep, all right. Lost 84 bucks hedging that. That's okay. All a part of the plan. Now, I do not give a shit. If AMD dumps, obviously that's what I want. But I am not, I'm on the 2 minute, 1 minute. So I'm looking at this 3 right here. It looks like you got a candle shoved back down underneath that 198.64. So if we can go ahead and flush and hit that floor again at 196.65, we should be moving to 196.48 next. That's what the opening range usually tells us, man. Yeah, I'm up 122% on Netflix right now. It's actually kind of funny because on the $87 puts, I'm down basically 360 bucks on that position. I just made 480 bucks on the upside, so very nice. Now I can see if this empty space today holds on Netflix or if we're really going to go and squeeze it out. But this is exactly how it's gone, right? Big rip up and complete reversal down. Big rip up, completely reverses down. So I'm curious if we're going to do that same exact thing, which I think puts a nail in the coffin for Netflix. So that's not what I'm saying. No, it's if you look at the previous, especially in this channel, the previous price action on Netflix has been to completely reverse at these price points, and I'm not saying that's going to happen at all. I mean, if you want to speculate on it, do be my guest, but that's what I would be looking for, right? To reassert myself as a Netflix bear, but with a candle close like this, or without retreating, you have strength and you need to be looking at 95. Yeah, you got to know when the time is right. Netflix still powering, still holding its high here. Yeah. No, this was not a box. No equal. By what? I'm sorry. Oh, nah, I'll see what I can do. All right, watch for a potential reversal. Okay. Watch for a bounce right here and a reversal. I know I'm on the 30-second, but I can see this shit right here. I might try it again. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. It was, yeah, I ripped it and left. It was great. Back in on AMD. Damn, that was a good entry. Oh my god. Now I have my stop loss. And let's do this again. All right, empty space here. You just tapped your pre-market high right there, or your pre-market overhead resistance at 199. That was just a good entry. Do you think Netflix reversed back down? I just averaged down. I do think that there's a strong possibility in this environment. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, we're almost at 1,400 bucks. You guys don't have to be doing this on AMD with me. No. This isn't like this isn't like a great play that I'm doing right now. This is just me micromanaging my positions right now. I'm watching Netflix right now. It's getting a little bit heavier up here. It's left behind some pockets, beautiful pockets of empty space, but it is directly at that downtrend, right, that we talked about. It's also at its old cost basis. So if it does not if it does build, right? But I'm noticing right now that these we're at a standstill right now to the upside on a couple different things. IWM has just started pushing out very slowly though. Yeah, IWM. I think I told you guys about that one this morning. That one's looking like it's might have the ability to push into this empty pocket of space and hit that 245 that I was talking about. Again, that's if it can get a candle close outside of here. Gotcha. You talking to me? Yo, Netflix with a beautiful drop here, but that is very, very fast. So look at Netflix. Big pullback right here. Look at the 1 minute. You just tapped right off the structure. This box up ahead is going to decide whether or not we have more Netflix upside and probably help us make a decision on whether you want to stay in this or not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still in AMD. Dude, stop me out on AMD. I don't care. Netflix is popping right back up. Just went and hit the median in that box. This is where you'll likely get another punch back if it's Meta. It's got to be here. It's got to be that. Yeah, you might be able to start speculating on some reversal trade on this one. Speculative, anything above this high. So you know that at the high you stop out 560 120. But this is a looks like a retest of 552.07. Now, if you want to find out whether it holds, you're going to have to move down into the lower time frame and find your floor. Netflix or Tesla is building. Looks like it's trying to get back up there as well. IWM is curling, still pushing towards that 245 mark. Space time? No way, dude. I haven't looked at. Oh my god. You know, it's about time that thing fucking moved a little bit. You might get a little decent little move. I mean, Jesus Christ, all that for a drop of blood? $3? Unless you could squeeze out like you do here, but that's not happening until you get that floor. On AMD. What are you doing? If you want to stop out, stop out. I do not care. I can't trade today, taking the day off. Good. A lot of people don't have the discipline to do that. A lot of people are buying shit right now and they had zero idea that they were going to trade it this morning. And they're fucking up. They're fucking up. They have no plan. They don't even really know where to take profit. That's a terrible place to be. I think that if we bust a new high on Netflix, I still have my hedges, but at that point, I'll probably just I'll get out of those shorts. So, oh, it's air. Oh, okay, got you, brother. Yep, got to get those buyers. And it's kind of funny because as something starts to fade down, because people want the gap fill, they'll keep inserting little pockets of liquidity to force it back up, and then they'll fizzle it out, and then it'll be stuck, and then they'll probably give us a gnarly pop down with this sort of momentum. But IWM looks good. IWM's at 244.23. Looks like it's going to push right into that empty space. 245. Oh my God, Tory Trades is really a scammer for real, for real. I mean, I've been saying that, but damn. Yeah, I'm in AMD and IWM longs. I'm about to get out of I. Uh, I'm an AMD long. I'm not getting out of that one right now. And I took IWM. I just shouted at it about 3 times that it was going to go fill that empty space up there to 240. I took a large loss financially. That's what it was, dude. I had a birthday. Listen, no, I just, more than that. Thank you. Um, why do I say that about her? Man, if it sucks because female traders offer like it's the same it's the same way with everybody. Like, I mean, you'll have people in black culture who will take advantage of their position there and still be scamming. And the same thing with Tory Trades, who attracts a lot of female traders. She knows that. And she also attracts a lot of simps, but she knows that. And that's where they get to take advantage of that cultural or ethnic or whatever pocket that they're in, um, because they're the only one or maybe the main one in that space. But Tory Trades is um, right now. I just saw this. She has TLT, which is a premium four-figure investment. I know the time that's the same thing as bonds, but so basically $6,000 to $8,000 to join her course. New highs on Netflix, or Netflix is up at that high right now on the 1 minute. I'm still watching heavily. AMD is building up pressure. It's still, I got a great average. I popped that one off the 30-second, which is again diabolical, but I popped it right off of that box. So we're still green right now on that. Still green on my shorts, but and it's usually not good if you have green shorts. That means you haven't cleaned them. But yeah, listen, I could teach you everything that Tory Trades is teaching, and I'm not saying that again. I don't really want to be talking about it, but if you're really just looking at trend lines, like hand drawn, specifically hand drawn trend lines, you are going to have serious confirmation biased issues. And looking at some of the charts that people have shown me from her, it was funny. She was actually in my live about 8 months ago, and she saw me drawing a channel, and she like posted a pair of eyes, and she was says something like, "Oh hey," And I was like, "Oh, hey, it's Toy Trades, the scammer." She left. But yeah, she's charging $6,000. She didn't sit down and make her own strategy. She didn't sit down and create something. I did. I'm charging $500 for a workshop that has all the recordings that I've ever done, but that regardless of that, that's shit that you can literally learn. You could have AI teach you how to do that. So does it usually keep going up or drop all the way down if it passes pre-market highs? What are you talking about? Netflix? What are we looking at? All right. High on AMD. That's the third tap, right? Well, not third tap. It's the second tap in the same range. I'm expecting this one to possibly rip out. Um, I don't want it to, but yeah, it's got empty space, unfortunately, all the way up to 202 and more, actually 202. So I gotta hedge this one. There it is. There's our first breakout. Very good. That's how the fuck you hedge yourself. All right, now price is moving a lot more rapidly now that we've actually escaped that area of consolidation. Great average down, good exit and re-enter. Getting close to break even on my side, my downside position. Crazy, I only charge 500, but my students are forced. Yeah, Blake, what do you better do now, bro? Now that you're up like this, that's a pretty damn good day, bro. Are you done? Well, we're getting close to having an hour, 4 minutes away from having an hourly close inside of the Wix, and I don't see a really good chance of us being able to negate that with stocks ripping to the upside. So, right now, the next overhead target that I have is fuck off. Sorry. Um, I mean, realistically, it's 95.84, but I got to give it the wick, which is 95.50. Got it. Well, there's definitely room for. So watch this 1 minute, because I mean, I still got my bare teeth out right now. But obviously, this would very much invalidate on the 24-hour candle, the 4 hour, the 2 hour, the 1 hour, the 30, which 30 minute. Yeah, all of this is about to close. So unless we can see a nasty reversal here, uh, very quickly, then I don't see that happening. So snap is popping off. Oh, brother, that's all you, dude. I think we have different ideas of popping off, though. You know what I mean, Cam? To me, I don't really see this one as a pop out. I mean, it is two candles in a row, but you look at the lower time frame, brother, and it's that's look at this 1 minute barcode barcode ass trading. Okay. That bounced. Okay. Okay. Not bad, dude. You got it. Yeah, you did a great job. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Good job, man. I'm proud of you. Yeah, you got it. AMD just hit my first $200.75 target. And again, these contracts are expensive, so not really worried about percentages. I'm just peeling risk off. Contract. Oh, shit. Good. Now, if anybody did really quickly, if you got out of your AMD shorts, don't be upset, right? Now, um, there is potentially more upside here, but you now have a, I'm not going to say, well, yeah, you have a reliable overhead, right? That you just punch through. So when the time comes, we'll be able to take that back down. But good, I think I did a good job this morning on seeing that in advance and reacting to it. Netflix new high, still holding runners on that one. I'm about to go ahead and bail out of the downside, which I don't want to do, but I have perfectly, and I mean perfectly, hedged myself today. I'm basically down maybe $100 on that position, while I'm also down 34% on the position. So, all right. Yes, you can typically play three strikes within the target that you're playing if that stock carries volume three strikes out. If that is true, which AMD most of your stocks like AMD, Netflix, all that other shit, they're going to carry that volume three to four strikes out. So it is, yes, a part of my strategy to trade contracts that maybe aren't the exact target, but are within. So you have to look in advance, right? Beautiful new high on AMD there. But you have to, CB consumer confidence just came in. Sorry, I missed that. So we got a U.S. March consumer confidence 91.8, estimate 87.9, U.S. job or U.S. February job openings at 6.88.2 million, estimate was 6.890 million. So a little bit off. Someone said that's bullish. Warren Buffett says he has been a Democrat and a Republican, but is now an independent. Okay. Uh, I thought he died, but I can't remember anymore. China and Pakistan call for an immediate stop of military action. China and Pakistan urge protection of Strait of Hormuz shipping lanes. The traffic in the strait is still remaining very, very low. 80% of the few tankers passing were Iranian or from friendly nations. Yeah, they have completely. Yeah, oh, hold on one second, guys. I'm so I've got such trauma when it comes to cop. Dude, I just had a cop pull up to my house. God damn, that scared the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't do anything wrong, bro. That's PTSD. How comes like immediately, dude? I tapped my pockets before I opened. Anything on me? Oh, dude, you got the yeah. Even if yeah. No, man. Yeah. No, there's a video going around in my neighborhood on um this guy caught or this person caught it. It makes me mad talking about it, but this dude, older dude, walking his pitty tan pit, was walking and let the dog attack a cat or like a kitten in a yard and killed it. And then the dude just walked off. So he like let the dog off the leash to kill this cat and then just took it and walked off. So this lady's like walking around the neighborhood. All right, now really quickly, I want everybody to remember on AMD, if I get stopped out or the calls don't work, I could not. Obviously, my main position is down, so I'm not discouraged or anything like that. In fact, I'm kind of rooting for the position to possibly get stopped out on. Um, Netflix did pull back; it left an empty space, so there's still a chance of curling right back up. But West Side 9431. It didn't hurt that the cop was a little hot. Made me less nervous. That's what Peyton said. I didn't say it. No, I didn't see that. What happened? Oh, with the sleeve off? Are you talking about with his sleeve off his shoulder? Yeah, yeah, I saw yeah, I saw that, dude. That you know what, when I saw that, I immediately thought of, "Who do you think you are? I am." When you're young and you're amped up, bro, that shit comes out perfect. When you get older, dude, the circuits ain't because I've done that stuff too. Went to go yeah. Standing on business. When you enter AMD down, yesterday. So I'm trading around my position. So oh shit, yeah. Very nice. Actually, thanks for the update. How much is CRM? We've seen everything rip and now CRM wants to go rip. That's pretty interesting. 192.50s. And okay. You said double. What is the ETF on that again? Okay. Flamin', yeah, I do. What was that, Mija? NQ's trying to sit down below that wick. No, I'll never. The my sweet step grandma when I was a kid, she didn't even speak English. I remember I had fallen down some stairs, and she goes, "Oh, mijo, no," and I go, and that shit just made it all better right there, dude. She picked me up. Sweetest lady I've ever met in my life. And then I moved back in with my mom and my stepdad. IGB. Got it. Abuelitas. Yeah. First of all, yeah, technical floor bounce here, and just having that empty space on the 4 hour. Yeah. So I mean, it does look like, at least technically speaking, you're coming off of the floor. And then the weekly. Wow. Here's what. Well, let me tell you what I think on this one, because immediately when I see this, I think, well, does today give you that floor, or does this week give you that floor? If it does not, this is a retest to go down, because you do have a downside move for sure, right? But that would be yeah, this is an important week, I think. CRM is up at the pre-market highs right now. If anybody's in that, I think I fucked up. Yo, Carlos, what the fuck, bro? Look at this dude did, dude. That's hilarious. You just hit me with the jaw. No, you didn't even hit me with jaw, 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 dude. You hit me with the GGG. What does that mean? A different kind of laugh? Mike? Someone's mic is open. Farm boy. Farm boy, your mic is open, brother. What's up, bros? You said what? M. Oh, Melly. Yeah, dude, I love Melly. Yeah, Mico Labre, Libre. Is it A or E? Libre? Libri? I don't know. Libre. Oh, I like the way he said it. That sounded sounded good. All right, let's see here. Dude, first of all, this stuck. If you catch this fucker, I caught I think it was a 25 cent to $2,800 trade on one contract on Melly, on a Friday on an end of the day rip. It was like 4 years ago. Lagarde, I don't know if how I feel about those wicks being the bottom of my box. I feel like it's this, and then I feel like it's that. Uh, yeah, Oh. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, no problem. I had calls today. What'd you say? Should I get out of them? Oof, brother. Yeah, I, yeah. What's up, baby? Are you leaving? Yeah, you taking that? Want to make a deal? Huh? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, what's my pen number? It's here, I'll mouth it to you. It's I was kidding. Just kidding. Any yeah, there you go. Just let me know. Just let me know. Oh, hi, good morning, baby. You so good? Yeah. That's Johnny Bravo. You don't know about that. Hi, buddy. That's a fit. That's a fit. Look, that's a fit. All right, all right, all right. I love you too. Kiss, kiss. Mwah. I'll be out in a second, okay? Super blessed, bro. Couldn't get. I know. I tell them about it every once in a while. I'm like, man, I know I'm dad's busy sometimes, like when I'm teaching the workshop or something, but I'm always here. So, and I'm always able to go to their events and stuff like that. And that's the real money right there. That's you can't take profit on stuff like that. You just got to live in the profit. Nah, it's the best. Real quick, okay. You got to stop busting in here like that. I just had a cop come to the door. Oh, I need to sign this with a silver pen. They're gonna think I'm some bougie ass. Hey, well, how about a regular pen right here? There you go. Yes, it's in my wallet upstairs on my desk, baby. Sorry, I'm in the middle of moving money right now, baby. AMD, yep, AMD retested, filled that empty space, new highs on that one, 201.45. Yeah, nice. So anyway, back to IWM. Listen, that empty space was filled this morning. My target of 245.16 was perfect. You are getting a bounce, and you did fall quickly. So if we're looking, or you're looking for a new high, here's what has to happen. IWM needs to move through the 50% mark of this range as per usual, 244.93, in order to get up into the 245.75. And that's what's coming into question right now as we speak. I didn't expect for a lot of people to take AMD with me to the upside. It's a little bit expensive, but I'm trimming a contract off at the new highs. So my next target on AMD is this thing's getting in my way. Yeah, my next target on this one is 202.26. TikTok can't see. Oh, my bad, y'all. Thank you guys for tapping your screen this morning. God damn it, dude. Fuck off. No, you're good. You're good. Starting to see swung calls. I'm going to use profits. There you go. Yeah, if we start losing some levels here, so IWM does have a gap fill to the downside. Obviously, folks, the start of that downside move is going to be candles closing sucked underneath 243.55. But of course, with the punchback that we executed overnight, right, and the structure that we built here this morning, we're going to need to see a 245.50 loss, but more importantly, 241.80, and that's where you'll get that next 241.10. But we lost anything? No, we have not. But I also, good morning, Garrett. Why are you using the minute time frames? We're doing lower time frame analysis. We already have a good idea of where we're at, which is in range. So in order to navigate or circumvent losses, if you swung anything, I'm down here. I saw a pocket of opportunity on the lower time frame for a quick trade here this morning, up to 245, and so I'm just walking people through what would more than likely have to happen here on the lower time frame in order for that higher time frame to break down, and that would be a 5 minute punch down to your pre-market lows at 241, and as well as the floor at 241.18 and those 240s. So yeah, what's up, man? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're correct. You're correct. That is the only structure standing in the way of a complete reversal on the video right now. Yeah, you got it, brother. How are we doing this morning, everybody? Pulse check. Baba. Ooh, yeah, Baba is moving. That's actually a pretty boring. That's all right. Boring is not losing money. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. I do like Baba, but I definitely like Baba more to maybe swing it, but that would only be to 127. So if you were to take that right now, you'd be looking at 127, maybe 128. It's a sketchy one, but all right. While I wait in a little bit of a standstill here, if you guys on TikTok have anything you want me to take a look at right now, if you're in a trade, you're trying to figure out what to do or some shit like that, let me know. Google ripped. Yeah, gapped up onto the floor, right onto two. Yeah, what's up? Okay, like a trail stuff. Uh, it depends on your broke. You can yeah, you can set them to sell at a predetermined like price. Yeah. Um, but Yeah, yeah. It Yeah, it's I think Lightspeed had something like that, but I'm not a user of Lightspeed, and I'm just getting in and out of my own trades. So you said Trade YSN is great. She's got a similar. Oh, I just saw that. Watch them. Uh, there's still some charts in the chat. Yeah, I couldn't get to those for the bell, so I figured if the charts that you guys were looking at this morning have probably changed. Love you. Bye. Nice job on the 245 calls, 278% right there. Nice job. Found your Discord and figured it out. Not sure how to even chat or see your video or anything. Oh, Joy, that's in the different Discord. I have two Discords. That's a waiting room Discord. So I'm not live in that Discord. I'm live in my main Discord. That's like a waiting room. Awesome, guys. Yeah, we're almost at 1,400 bucks on that donation page. If you guys are wanting to, I'm offering a opportunity to join the Discord for a week for 5, 10 bucks. If you do donate more than $5 to this fund, which is posted inside of my Discord for Ivy and Alex's father. You can send a screenshot of that donation and get a free week in the Discord. I trade stocks and options, but I primarily trade options and use my strategy to invest. No, with Ivy or Alex, just send them a screenshot of the donation. That's all you got to do. Thank you, man. Tweet the link. Yeah, Ivy, will you tweet that link out on the Twitter, please? There's the link inside of the Go live trading. Yeah, here's the donation site. It just posted it there. There's the URL if you want to screenshot that with your iPhone, and your iPhone will take you straight to it. There it is right there. All right. All right, so everything is still A-OK on AMD. Like I said, I kind of expected for price to pop up. We got a nice juicy gap down tomorrow, or gap underneath us that eventually I think will absolutely get filled. However, we still probably have a few more price targets to go and tap here. I think 202.85 if we do see continuation. Netflix is sitting, and again, risky short, but it is obviously I did a really good job. I think if you took this with me with those hedges, you did a good job as well. Um, I grabbed those last minute, literally right before the bell rung. But yeah, $95 strikes are still in play, so I'm probably going to make a decision here on what I want to do with these shorts. I like the rejection. I, however, do not like that the candle closed inside of the range. So if we can suck this thing back down underneath 94.60, then I can get what I want. But otherwise, we got to start looking at Netflix possibly to the other side, which is right now 95, but could be much higher. Yeah. Weaker 5 minute candles in here. Why do I feel like something's about to happen, dude? I think X has got to be the most toxic place on Earth. Iran's supreme leader Khamenei Kamehameha is in Iran, but is refraining from making public appearances. I'm sure he is. Yeah. What do you think he's gonna be on the fucking red carpet? Is he trying to suck his way back up into the fucking Discord? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What did he do? He was fake paper trading inside of the Discord and then trying to sell mentorships to people for rising cost. Shit pisses me off. Teach a motherfucker how to make a 1,300% trade and then they use it to try to sell memberships. AMD still building. I think so oh yeah. It's funny. Honestly, with this gap down below us, folks, I'm excited about the prospect of taking. I'm still in my short for sure. I'm probably gonna hold this all the way up to 203 if we get there. If we get there. Yeah, yeah. Going into a long week, see, we might even see a sell off on it going into a long weekend. I wonder if they keep us propped up until then. Oh, yeah, we're $5 away from 1,400 bucks, guys. 47 of you guys have donated, and I appreciate it a lot. I really, really do. That's It's in the announcement page. Yeah, I just posted the link for that. Yeah, you got it, brother. Uh huh. Uh, I mean, I'm sure that's possible. I just figured it'd be, yeah. No, I mean that's yeah, possible, but I'd have to look into the yeah, look into it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess if yeah, you can do that. Yeah, no problem. Oof, not a tricky amount. He's still in the same condition. He's now on 50% ventilator support. Doctor's found. Is he awake or is he like is he coherent or? Okay, Costco looks like it tried to get over that overhead. But it looks like it might be failing. You tapped that overhead high, and so really you need to be looking at what's underneath you. Come here, Rogue. There you go. And what is underneath you? You've got a box here, 987.51. So I would say right now, if you're looking to be bullish on Costco, you're gonna want to pull yourself back up around 998 or period outside of $1,000 is going to be primo. But it does look like it's struggling to hold on to that support as we speak. So you ever watch these Trader TV guys? Man, they're no, I did I did actually got invited on their show 4 or 5 years ago, and I told them no. I watched their show before that, and they're just I mean, I'm not going to even talk on it because it's that's up to them, but what they do with their life. But yeah, it's not useful. It's just really a bunch of opinions. So, but he's in so much pain on the abdomen plus the innovation is throat. Yeah, but he's not enjoying that at all. Yeah, we really praying for him. I'm surprised. I mean, I know that the procedure that he was having probably be $100,000 here, but still surprised at the medical cost. That I mean, everywhere around the world, that's like the most expensive thing. It's crazy. You guys are doing. Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, itemized receipt. Yo, we're about to hit 1,500. You guys are fucking awesome, dude. So cool. And also, I haven't donated. I know a couple of you guys have been Venmoing me. I will put that on here in just a second. Let me check here. Yeah, someone sent me 25 there, and then on Cash App, I think somebody sent me 20 there. So, uh, who said that? Yeah. No way, dude. Let's go. Let's go. We got a good group of people, man. That's one of the cool things about not being in the main wave of all these like the we're not allowing just anybody, like you gotta want to actually have to learn the strategy, but people also we've accumulated some really good people in this Discord, man, and there's been people who have needed help or yeah laptops and stuff like that, and people help out. especially the more you show up, the more your face is seen. Like when you go in the study room, like you end up people have actually have developed like real friendships in here. People text and talk, and I mean, you want to see the text message between Junior and Neil, dude. It gets real hot and heavy in there. It's crazy. My little curry, my curry pinto beans. That's what it gets. It gets. I mean, I'm just really there to watch. All right, that sounds spooky. I want to join, but I'm in Germany, so my time difference wouldn't work. You would have to swing trade, yeah. So you must be in the army or your army. I don't think I ever sent any Mr. Crab memes. Well, let me just unsend something real quick. Have you ever looked at just the pictures that are inside of this Discord? That's funny. If it's not the Potter box, I don't want to hear it. Just watching your YouTube video has changed everything. Let's go. Cucked here in the group chat. Oh, you're a veteran. Awesome. I'm trading, but I'm talking about the workshop times. Oh, Beverly, the workshop is pre-recorded. Or it's already been the workshop. Actually, Ivy, we need to remove the March 1st date from the web. We got to go and clean the website up. Alex or Ivy, we need to get in there and get that cleaned up because it still says March 1st is the BBS workshop. It's the workshop's already done. It's just recorded now. And by the way, if you are in the workshop, shit, I might maybe let this play while I'm gone. So there's I showed you guys that notebook app, and I'll show you guys on TikTok. But if you guys do, or if you are in the Potterbox server, there I put it in class notes, and it is AI, which I have my reservations about that. But it is accumulation of, I mean, there's thousands of hours of me talking put into this AI. And they have this podcast on the mechanics of empty space. It's like a literal like, let me see. So like, I think you can I open it here? Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, listen to that because it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's worth a listen. My little white curry. Oh man. No, Beverly, it was class times, but yeah, you can go yeah, you can still purchase the workshop and take it and listen back and watch all of that stuff. It's just a class that was recorded live. So you get not just me talking, but you get all of the questions that are asked while I'm going through it. You see me doing homework or grading people's homework, so it's useful. Rogue, what are we doing here? You keep pawing at me. Stop pawing me. Donated. Ivy, Alex, let's go. We just hit 1,600 bucks, or y'all did. Not we. You. That's no, I'm couldn't be happier that you guys are doing that, man. All right. So real quick update here, folks. We're seeing all sorts of pullbacks right now. IWM sunk back down into that box. So those of you guys who are still looking AMD, those calls I'm probably going to go ahead and get rid of them shortly if we dip back underneath 199.34. Netflix is still sitting at that high. It is reversing, so maybe higher time frame wick still on the 4 hour. So if this candle does get pulled back underneath 94, the chances of breaking out are depleted. And obviously, if this candle could get eaten up even more, that'd be great. Yeah, the most important thing that I offer is my strategy, and that is in the Potterbox workshop. Yeah. Also, is somebody in this Discord buying my Pokemon cards right now? Are you just doing that so you can get my address? Also, I've never really done eBay before. Dude, having people bid on your shit, that shit's oh man, that triggers some dopamine for sure, dude. I was like, I can get high off this. This is for sure where it's at. I'm about to start selling just random things in my house. I'm gonna sell this Mountain Valley empty Mountain Valley bottle of water. I'll say that Brad Pitt drank from it. I'll use AI to make a picture of him drinking from that bottle. Oh, dude, look at this. Business plans are opening up. Uh, I mean, if I would say right now for sure 242 and your pre-market low. But obviously this is a potential setup if you guys are trading this. This is somewhere where a longer expiration because yes, there is some flack here. Maybe like next week or the end of the week, 243.75 would be your stop loss on that. But yeah, I do see 242.50 underneath this 242.82, and then at that point pre-market low 241. And if we are still heading down, I could see for sure a gap fill to the downside, or at least most of that, which is going to bring you back down to that bottom right here at 241. So, did I see who? Say it ain't so. Dang, that's that's interesting. Stepping in the direction of selling Potter water. Ah, that's good. Potter water. I saw $330 and 330,000 in premium on $94 puts on Netflix this morning. Oh shit! What do you say that for? Actually, that's probably. I'm gonna be honest with you. That might be a day trade. That could be a day trade. AMD has sunk its teeth back underneath 199.87. Good steps in the right direction here. Obviously, this sets us up if I need to get back in, or I can always punch through that box directly up ahead. So, all right. Now, again, last time, if you would like to, if you're on TikTok or YouTube, and you would like to get a trial for a week inside of the Discord for $5 or $10. You can donate to this link right here. I'm about to hop off. Again, all 56 of you are freaking angels, and again, I, I'm not good at expressing this stuff, but I know how much it means to Alex and Ivy, so it means a lot to me because I care about them too as well. Um, but yeah, this is if you'd like to do that, you can donate anything above $5. Send a screenshot in the free Discord to Ivy and Alex, and you guys can hop in here with us for a week and check it out. Talk to me, do all that stuff. Where do I sell at? What are you talking about? Where do I sell? Oh, eBay. I'm selling on eBay right now. I've already made about $1,100 off of my Pokemon cards. So he said, "Oh no, I'm not." Well, I mean, I guess you could say I did buy it. I am reselling. Yeah, I'm about to post more cards today. Does anybody want to buy this PSA graded 5 Rayquaza? I'm sorry, dude. I have a P. I don't. I when I sent these into PSA, I didn't know anything about it, right? And I didn't know that you could like kind of look at the. Anyway, I sent this Lunatone, and it came back a fucking 3, dude. I was like, why'd you guys just throw that in the trash? Don't. I do have this 2016 Clefairy though. Look at that thing gleaming, dude. Does any 90s kids in here? You remember what it felt like to crack open a fresh pack of Pokemon cards back in the day, dude? That shit was. Yeah, my Venmo is at Potter Stocks, all lowercase. There's a picture of Harry Potter on it. It's both Cash App and Venmo. If you would like to send that to me so I can send it to Ivy and Alex, I'm going to do that here in a second whenever it's all accumulated. Dude, you guys are freaking go. Dude, let's man. uh uh Local Facebook marketplace. There's this dude who does quick flips, so he doesn't over like jack up the prices, but I've been buying, well, I haven't been buying, I actually stopped. Dude, I spent, I think now a total of like basically like $4,800 on Pokemon cards, dude. I had made a bag that month and I just was like, fuck it. And so I bought a bunch of retro cards. But he sells like the unopened, starter packs or whatever. And so I boosters and stuff. So I was just buying them from there. I bought some on TikTok too as well. But yeah, order filled. Yeah, IWM is treating me nicely right now. Looks like we're looking at the floor here as we speak. Neil Patel, I just got your $15 on Cash App. I will send that. Make sure you screenshot your payment. Por favor. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to dox you, dude. My bad. I just saw it pop up. You know, that's a bold that's a bold thing to say. I do have a friend close by, Sapan Patel. Sapan? Yeah. Cash Patel? I know Cash Patel. Yeah, fuck Cash Patel. All the homies hate Cash Patel. Don't ever bring that down here. He waters our curry. I'm sorry, never mind. No, no, no. Junior. Junior's fault. Every time you take a break, I said he watered down our curry. He waters down the curry. That's a cultural. That's good. Oh, I got harassed. All right. Well, you know what? Karma is this. You know what? I'm paying for it right now. But Neil, does this make you happy? This right here? Is that what you wanted? That's what it is now, man. I got one. Karma, you say, huh? Karma, 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 karma. What? Okay. We had Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah, I remember those, and Cabbage Patch Kids. Gross. Dude, it's there's I actually am pretty sad I'm selling these ones right here, but I have a shining Ho-Ho and a shining Rayquaza. I'm showing them on TikTok, but they're from 2017, and they're just cool cards, bro. I would have loved to have, especially when I was young. Yeah. I have a bunch of bulk, but I've already gone through it and pulled the good cards out of it. It's like, yeah. He said I bought a bunch of football cards. I didn't know any of the new ones beyond 150. Oh yeah, all the new Pokemon. I know. Oh, I remember AO was showing me some of the Pokemon. By the way, we're hitting a new. We got a pre-market 242.22 right here. Obviously, we're gonna want to make sure if anybody's short right now, we're looking good, looking good. Um, yeah, this is one of the few bounce levels that we have that could keep us in range. But I actually have. I bought a bulk set of One Piece cards about 4 or 5 months ago. I have them on my desk right here. Damn. Damn. So far, the most I've made on a card is 600. I sold PSA 10 Charizard, um, and let's see. Yeah, no one wants to buy that one. Yeah, I had three Moltres that went for over $200 a piece. So you seen people at Costco fighting for Pokemon cards? Yeah, I have. You said what? Who's your goat? Mew is the goat, dude. I got a card for you right here. $80. You can't even see it, so shiny. PSA. What's that? Is that where you sell used clothes? Oh, Farm Boy, you left mic open, brother. I didn't want you to like, let one out. Oh, Mew. I have seen that actually. Yeah. Okay, we did a bounce exactly off of that 242.22. Yeah, I'll check it out. I really want to just it's more fun, but I mean obviously you can make money off of it, but like I really want to go an estate sale because like I live on an island with a bunch of retired folks. Um and I'm an island boy. Yeah, I do live on the islands. Dude, I have so it's cold in the Bahamas. Get out of here, dude. Are you serious? Oh, damn. He said don't tell him about whatnot. It's addicting. I mean, it couldn't be as bad as Manny getting. Is it really? Listen, listen. Yeah, you can get miss me with that. I will if you catch me reselling these. You dude. I watched them like you made the cards and then you sit there and sell them online and you're like, oh my god, a 101 round penguin. Whoa, like, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. There's no game, there's no collectors, there's no nothing, dude. You're just like, yeah, is it? I got invited to school. Have you seen that? SKOOL. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I guess, but it's like, yeah, I actually don't really know what the fuck it is, but I think it's a platform for being able to teach people this shit. So, Crazy, dude. You know what I'm actually really excited about while we sit here and wait for Price to do something? I'm really excited about these Barbies, the K-pop Demon Hunter Barbies. I bought them for $1.50 a piece, and I saw someone on Reddit talking about that these could go for like 500 to 800 bucks once they get PSA graded. Um, but I'm gonna save. I'm gonna get two. I bought enough where I could get two. I'm gonna get two PSA graded, and then I'm gonna hang on to those for the next movie. Hey, wait. Where did I say that? When did I say that? Now this is a perfect example of gaslighting. Oh my god. No, he definitely did. He got it. He got it. What the? Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, Blake, I got you, bro. I got you, man. I do that at Target. Nah, I was just making a joke. That's funny. Yeah, anyway, go ahead. Mhm. Okay, so damn, damn. I actually have a shit ton of woodworking tools, DeWalt tools. I actually have them right now. We could do an auction right now. Anybody need some power tools? What's up? I got you. All right. I think if you do not have longer expirations on IWM, obviously this candle right here, it did reach a new low, but unfortunately this is likely to, and I'm not going to call for a full reversal quite yet, because again, you're going to need to at least surpass 50% of that candle, which is at that wick. But when that wick is surpassed, I'm going to leave it alone. But let price do its thing. AMD and Netflix is just sitting. Honestly, probably still bullish on Netflix. But they know that everybody wants that gap. Okay, so you're going to have to. I think a longer expiration is going to help you get it. But you look at the floor that we have secured, and if you are bearish, it is 241.75. Period. So I like Milwaukee. I actually really loved Makita. Makita was my favorite brand, and you know why? Because it's blue. That's it. I really had no other reason for that. I just liked the way it looked. I actually I know some of you guys might upset, but might upset some of you guys. That's the only reason I became a Saints fan because I like the color of the uniforms. Also, Reggie Bush got drafted that year. I think it was 2005. And he was my Cash App is at Potter Stocks. Holy shit. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Where'd $120 come from? Why is there $120 in my Cash App, but I have only received? Oh, that's oh, let's go. That's why. Come in. Baby. I am trading. Well, about to take a little break. Huh? Is your room clean? Are you in? All right, it is 11 o'clock. We're still in our PJs. Let's get cleaned up for the day. I know it's Sunday, but okay. Well, let's go catch a shower and get yourself cleaned up, and then we can talk shop. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah. Make sure you clean your room before you play. I used to bank with Snap-on wrenches and sockets. I had an opportunity about 10 years ago to rob a Snap-on van. The dude quit his job on the spot, and I guess like had his girlfriend come and like pick him up. And my homie was like at a job site, and he told me, he was like, "Bro, this guy just left his van wide open." And I was like, I'm just not gonna go to jail stealing vans or tools. Has I mean, temptation, but I knew those vans have cameras on them, and you're gonna get caught. I mean, although I will say in Portland, Oregon, they every morning, every morning, there is a C head that would just walk into Home Depot, grab some tools, and just walk out, and they could not touch them. I was like, damn. Yeah, you are asking for it. Yeah, you leave a tool van open. Yeah, you're asking for it. Yo, we're about to hit $2,000. You guys are fucking amazing, dude. I can't actually. We are at $2,000 because I just got people donating money on my Venmo and Cash App. Yeah. Um. Yeah. You get. Oh, all right. TikTok, YouTube. You guys can do the same if you want to join the Discord and just check it out for a week. Anything over $5 on this donation inside of the free Discord, and you guys can send that to Ivy and Alex and hop in here, check it out. Also, if you're doing that, you're probably a pretty good person, and we'd love to have you in here anyway. But yeah, I'll right now everything is in range, kind of like we talked about, right? We're not losing anything, we haven't gained anything. We're just sitting in between the levels that we need to lose and the levels that we need to break, which is typical for this type of shit. Um, but I'll see you guys at 2:30. Those are you guys on 2:30, 3 o'clock on TikTok and YouTube. But thank you guys very much for donating, and I'll see you guys in the Discord if you did. So I got a pedicure mani pedi later on. So if you give me time. No, that's a $200 donation. I told you that, and you tried to walk me down to 150, but that's not happening, man. Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, dude. Maybe a little more, maybe like 10. Oh my God. All right. All right. TikTok. I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for donating if you did. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Make sure to send those pictures to Ivy and Alex, and they'll get you set up. Live stream the petty. Okay. Yeah. Yo, Blake, get them dogs out of here, dog. Did he say? Did he just send unsolicited feed pics? Different channel, man. She's here. All right. Out. Bye. Okay. All right. Off of TikTok.